How you doing? Man, I wish you'd have called. Police is a mess. But I'll show you really quick, okay? My name's Rick Pulido. I'm an inventor of sorts. I don't know what you call an inventor. I'm more like a discoverer. Inventing to me is like somebody invented the airplane, the telephone. You know, I think most inventors take something that already exists, you know, compose it a different way, you come up with something new. Even these high technology, it's, you know, telephones that do all this, telephone's already been invented, the software's been invented, they just take different components and come up with their own thing. My inventions are not high tech, they're very simple, they're simple toys to play with. I wanted my kids to be hands-on as well as play with the thing and not be on the computer all the time, okay? So, and I'll show you some of those. Okay, first of all, I've been working on this thing here, right here. This is a frisbee. A frisbee is basically a wing, and the air comes the top and the bottom. The one on the top is slower, the bottom air is quicker, so it creates a lift. But all frisbee, no matter how high tech or expensive they are, they will eventually curve to the left. They all do that. It's just, you know, the nature of aerodynamics. So I was thinking, how can I do that? Now, the more expensive ones go further before it does that. Cheaper ones will do it sooner. So I came up with this idea, what if we got two of them to hover and counteract that and go straighter, even longer, or even never turn? So I came up with this idea. It's two of them, and I put these spokes on here, and they're curved like a propeller. And when it goes, it'll go straighter and longer, okay? Anyway, this is one of my ideas right here. I don't know what I call it, a double-decker frisbee disc something, okay? Now, my next invention, by the way, this is my credential. We'll talk about that towards the end. I'm also an artist, so I paint, and I'll show you, we'll feature some of my paintings in a little second. But this is my latest one I'm working on right now. And I also invented this little thing, this little caddy shack for my paints. I put the water here, my brushes, my palette, and here I keep all my paints, brushes, or whatever. And I can move this around. This has paper towels so I can get to it. Right now I'm out of paper towels. Now over here I'm going to take you to my next invention, which is a skateboard. It's a different kind of skateboard. Now oh, by the way, I also make these. I don't make them, I show you how to make them. It's a retro camper trailer. Isn't that cool? It's for a dog, and it comes in different sizes, small, medium, large. Now anyway, here's my invention over here, which is the skateboard. Now this is a self-propelled skateboard. It basically works on the same principle as an inchworm. The more that you bounce, it goes. So you don't have to have your foot on it. You know, you don't have to do this anymore. What you do is you just get up on it, and then the back end, you know, comes up, and then you just propel, and it goes really fast. I'm not going to do it now because I get out of camera range. Now, this is all my working spaces here. These are my tools. Now, everything in my shop is on wheels, so I can move it around. I have limited space, so I try to utilize the space. But everything moves. Everything's on wheels. This is my bandsaw, my drill press, my grinder. I got my chop saw over here. I have my table saw over there. Now, if you come back over here, follow me back to this place here. This is where I keep a lot of my little tools and springs and things that come up that I need. Now we come back to my table. This is my major working table. That's on wheels too, so I can move this around whenever I want. Now I made it to this depth of it, this height, so I can work on something standing up comfortably. It also works for my table, for my chair. When I'm sitting here, I can do, once I clear this up, I can do all my schematic drawings here. I can go, you know, that big on the big drawings. I usually don't need it that big, but I can if I'm working on a big project. Now if you come over here, I'll show you, this is my other invention I was working on, and this is a dinosaur. I didn't want to make it specific, it was like the bone of it. There's no skin or muscle, and basically it's a walking dinosaur. That's what it does. It walks, and it'll have a leash on it. You can control it and you can walk it. And I thought, how cool is that? Now what if it was a little bigger? Wouldn't that be really cool? So the piece that erases stones is this one. Here's my larger version. In more detail, it has ribs, oops, I was doing some stuff there. And the head, you know, moves up and down. backward and forward. The mouth will open, you know, it'll open up, and it'll have, you know, linkages and things on here. They also put a harness on here. So basically what you could do is you could hook it up to a leash, and then you can walk it. See, and it walks. Let me show you. And it'll walk. Now, you can either just push it, but I have a version where it will be motorized, where this will actually move, and all the mechanics will be on in here. You know, you can make the head go up and down, and the tail up and down, and the speed of it you'll be able to do, and also the steering. And that's what this is. This is my dinosaur. Now, this one I'm going to paint very metallic because I want it to be like a robotic skeleton. It's kind of a combination between a robot skeleton and a dinosaur skeleton. You know, that's what I'm looking for. And so anyway, you buy it like this, and then you can paint it however you want. You can do camouflage, make it red, blue, whatever you want to make. Okay. So that's my walking dinosaur. Let me put that down. And now we're going to go to the computer, and I'm going to show you something of how I work. This is how I begin with my schematics, okay? Come on. You know, several people always ask me how I do these, you know, at the very beginning. Do I do a drawing? Yeah, I do a drawing. I was you know, a graphic artist or an architect. So I can draw out these plans, you know, these blueprints, ideas, but now with a computer, you have all these great programs. I use this program called SketchUp, which is really cool, and you make all the elements of it, and you can go all the way around. You can check the whole thing out, see, all 360 degrees, and then all of these things can also, they will separate so that you can move them and create an exploded view. And this is how that works, you see. It's really cool. It's a really cool program. And that's what I work on right there. And like I said, you can go 360 degrees on it. See? This is a little project I'm working. I'm working on a new book called How To, and you build a bunch of projects. This is one of them. This will eventually have a different kind of seat. It'll also be motorized, electric car. It's very simple, 2x4s. I have a ton of these really cool ideas, and let's check you out next time. What I'm about to show you is my failed ideas. Not all my ideas have been successful. It takes many mistakes to succeed. These are some of my mistakes. Okay, it started back when I was a kid. I think I've been inventing things since I was a kid. Now, I'm old, but I ain't old that I was there before dirt. I did discover dirt, all right? And then I realized that if you get dirt and mix it with water, dirt plus water equals silly putty. I invented silly putty, but some guy came in and invented it and sold it, marketed, sold it. Another failed idea for me. Next idea was this. Remember those little rocks that you go to the river and you throw, you know, the lake, and they'd skip? And I thought, what a great idea. These little flying discs. What if I made a bigger one? And I did. I got a big rock, a big one. It was like about 12 inches in diameter. And you throw it to fly it, you know, like the little rock. But that was a failed idea because that was very hard to throw. It would only go like 1 or 2 feet, and then you'd be tired after a while. And then some idiot came by and invented it with plastic. Like that was cheating, and he made a ton of millions of dollars. Another failed idea, my flying disc. The next one is I discovered was the stick. I invented the stick. Man, there's so many things you could do with a stick. You could play like it was a rifle or a sword, or roll a tire with it, all kinds of cool things. I said, man, I'm going to make millions. But then some idiot came by and put a camera at the end of it, and they made the millions of dollars. Another failed idea from me. But this time, I had another idea, and I wasn't going to let anybody beat me on this one. I came up with this. Check this out. The very first wrist telephone. Isn't that cool, with a screen and everything? But again, some idiot came by, did it without the rope. I think they're in Apple or iPhone or somebody, and they cheated me out of millions of dollars. Another failed idea. The point is, not all your ideas are going to be spectacular. It takes 1 billion or whatever mistakes to get that one good one. Thanks. And Watch for my next invention coming up. Thank you for coming visiting. Talk to you later. My name is Rick Polito. Bye.